Hello there and good morning, FlossTube friends. Today is Tuesday, June the 2nd. Yeah, I'm a day late, but there's a reason for that. Welcome to my channel. Everything you'll see here is cross-stitch related and at the moment a bit of life update, so to speak, which I don't normally have, but yeah. So I did start the 24-hour of cross stitch. I started yesterday. Last week was pretty much a write-off. I did, I believe, let me see, 1,787 stitches last week, which is a miracle that I got that much done. My son had surgery on Wednesday, which went really well, and he's a lot more comfortable now. I had my granddaughter all weekend. It was a really busy week. In terms of getting ready for my move, didn't do anything really last week. So now this week, I'm really kicking off again. But I'll tell you more about that part once I've shown you my stitching for last week, such as it was. So first up is the Heaven and Earth Designs Sal, Haid Sal. I'll bring a picture up of the design that I'm working on. Oh, I was already in it because I just finished my morning stitches on this one. It is 6:30 in the morning. I've been up for quite a while. Yeah, here it is. It's the wise and the brave. I'm sorry for the glare. I'm trying to get the glare out. But yeah, I just love this one. I thoroughly enjoy stitching it. I think I could almost be monogamous on this one, which may bring me to another point. Yeah, food for thought. So this is where I'm at with this one. So I did a little more on the robin. Whoa. Yeah, so I worked here this morning, put 200 stitches in, getting a bit more of the colour in on the robin. Once I've completed this row, which I haven't long started, I have 4 more rows to do, and then I will have completed the 6 pages. So, yeah. So that's that one. That one is ticking along pretty well. I mean, I didn't get many stitches in last week on it. Probably about 800 all told. But I was looking after children and getting them ready for school, whoops, things like that. And I wasn't at my own home, which makes a huge difference for me. I mean, how many stitches did I get in here? 2, 4, 6, 800. I got 900 stitches in that one. So that was the bulk of my stitching last week, which doesn't really, almost 900. Yeah, that doesn't make sense, but anyway. Because the next one that I worked on was the In Friendship sampler. This was the retreat sampler for the Jacob Palooza event a couple of years ago. 2023, actually, almost 3 years ago now. This is stitched. I'm really bad, you know. I just realized The Haid Sal is stitched on 25 count and I stitch it 1/1 full cross. Ta-da! I think that's the first time I've said that. Anyway, the In Friendship. I cannot remember at all what this fabric is. I know it's a linen and I know it's from Roxy Flosco. And it's a 32 count. Sorry, there's a hanging thread. So what I did on this one, I finished, what did I do? Yeah, I finished going up here and I did all of this flower and these two little doohickeys there. And would you believe that's, oh, and I did some down here because here's my thread hanging. So I did some of this as well. So I did about 500 stitches in that. So my numbers for the week are a bit off. I don't know why. That's why I was a bit confused. I'm like, I've done nearly 900 stitches on the Haid Sal, but I've done, I know what it is. Okay, so this is the floss for the In Friendship sampler and it's called Royale. I really like this. We had a choice between red and blue. I'm a blue girl, so blue it was. I like red though, but I just didn't, it was quite a bright red. So I didn't really want that. And this week, or last week, I should say, but I put some stitches in last week and this week. So I have a new start. It is Shakespeare's Fairies by Mirabilia. I just love this. Stitching this. This is a Lugana. A 32 count Lugana called Nocturne by Picture This Plus. Hanging thread alert again. So I got 500 stitches in this in total. A bit last week and a bit yesterday. So that's where the confusion is on the stitches. But this is it here. That looks upside down actually. Yeah. Not sure which way this goes. I started in the middle. Does it go that way? Oh, that way. Goes that way. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So that is that one. So I actually managed to squeeze in a new start. I've been dying to start this. So anyway, I did. Okay, that's it for my stitching. I am so sorry. But I have started, I have another WIP that I worked on yesterday. But I'll show you that tomorrow when I've got more stitches in it anyway. So what I'm doing is, I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm doing the 24 hours of cross stitch and I'm combining that with packing or sorting and things like that, ready for my move on July the 10th. So I've got exactly 6 weeks. And okay, so I'm going to show you my naughty corner, basically. This is my storage room in the basement. So what I want to do is to go through all of that, and I started it yesterday, go through it all, sort out what can be either thrown out or donated, and to see how much storage room we'll have when we move. So we have a storage unit sort of thing. It's in the underground garage in the condo, and it is 3 feet by 8 feet, and it goes really high. So I wanted to see how much I could fit in there. In this area here, this is about 8 feet long to this this beam here, and 3 feet comes out beyond that wooden bar at the bottom, about 6 inches beyond that. So anyway, I worked on that yesterday, and what I'm going to do is I am going to update you each day. So I will be back tomorrow morning. I will show you the progress on the storage area, and see if I have to pack any boxes, because I'm counting the boxes that I have to pack as well. So I will do that, and I'll report back on that. Now, I had a lot of lovely comments this past week, and I love reading your comments, so please keep them coming. I had a suggestion, and the suggestion was to choose just a few whips to concentrate on until I've moved and settled in. I would imagine it included settling in, unpacking, which won't take me long, I can tell you that. So I'm pondering that. I think I definitely want to keep the hay cell out. I did get my whip go numbers, and I didn't pull those. So what I'll do is I'll pull them for tomorrow morning, because one of the whip goes I'm working on now, I didn't achieve all of my whip go calls last month. One I missed, which isn't bad really, considering everything. So I'll pull out my whip go projects for tomorrow morning, and I'll go over those. I'll give you an update on what's happening with the storage area, and I'll let you know how my stitching is going. Yesterday, I managed to do 625 stitches. Not a lot, I think, because I got engrossed in, if you can call it engrossed, I got into working on that storage area yesterday, and I achieved quite a bit. So so only 625 stitches, and I stopped stitching around 9 p.m. last night. So anyway, I was up early today. So I started stitching around 3:30, and I'm slow. So it took quite a while to get 200 stitches in, and then I jumped in the shower. So yeah, I'm going to start on my next project, my next whip, which is Reaching Skywards by Modern Folk Embroidery, and I did put some stitches in that yesterday. That's one of my whip goes. So yeah, I'm going to report back tomorrow morning, let you know how it went, hopefully more stitches today, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye for now.